One.
Bonjour la classe. Today we are going to learn how to use the words depuis, pendant, and il y a in French. These words will translate to for, since, and ago, and they can be used in different situations. So make sure you're paying attention to the tense that these can be used with and how that might change the definition of the specific word. So with depuis, pendant, and il y a, do not try to translate for, since, and ago from English to French. It really, really doesn't work. You need to make sure to follow the rules that you're going to learn in this video. For depuis will most often be translated to since or for, depending on the context. Depuis can only be used in the past or present tenses. And it describes an action that's been going on since a certain onset or for a certain amount of time, but it's incomplete in the reference time. Okay, so there's an incomplete action. So, je parle français depuis ma jeunesse. I have spoken French since my youth. Je parle français depuis 3 ans. Okay, I have spoken French for 3 years. Okay, you can see that in this case, depuis is translated to since, and in this case, depuis is translated to for. It really just depends on the context. Note that for both of these actions, they are incomplete in the reference time, the reference time being the present. Right now, you have spoken French since your youth, and then for this, I have spoken French for 3 years. You're continuing to speak it still. There are two question expressions that are often used with depuis, and these are, the first is depuis quand plus the présent, okay? Your response to depuis quand should be followed by an event or a period in time. For example, depuis quand parles-tu français? Okay, since when have you spoken French? Je parle français depuis 2 ans. Okay, 2 ans is a period in time, so I have spoken French for 2 years, since 2 years ago. Okay, je parle français depuis 2 ans. Our next question that can be asked is depuis combien de temps plus the présent. The response should be followed by a period of time or a duration. Okay, so depuis combien de temps parles-tu français? Je parle français depuis mon année freshman. Okay, so for how long have you spoken French? I have spoken French since my freshman year. You also could have said, je parle français depuis 2 minutes. Okay, I have spoken French for 2 minutes, since these last 2 minutes. Okay, so that's a period of time or a duration. Now, for depuis, like I said, you can use the present or you can use the past tense. And you're going to choose the tense depending on if the action was completed in the past or not. So for an example of a past sentence, we have je sortais avec lui depuis octobre avant qu'il m'a quitté. I was going out with him since October before he left me. Okay, je sortais avec lui depuis 6 mois avant qu'il m'a quitté. I had been going out with him for 6 months before he left me. Okay, so you'll see that sortir, the first verb, is in the imparfait because you were talking about I had gone out with him since October. So when we're talking about this sortir, it's an extended period of time. You didn't go out with him for 1 second and then it was done. So I was going out with him since October before he left me. Okay, this is also another example of an interrupted action. I was going out with him and then he left me. Okay, both of these are actions that are in the past tense. And when we're using depuis, we're talking about since that action started. And then since the action was a continuous action in the past, we're using the imparfait before the depuis, and then whatever happened to make that action end in the passé composé. All right, here's an example in the present, je parle français depuis 3 ans. Now, there are some other phrases that you can use to actually say depuis. Okay, you can use il y a with a period of time plus que. Il y a 3 ans que je parle français. That means je parle français depuis 3 ans. Okay, it's the same thing. Then we have voilà with a period of time and que. Voilà 3 ans que je parle français. Okay, then we have ça fait plus a period of time and que. Ça fait 3 ans que je parle français. All three of these mean je parle français depuis 3 ans. It's just different ways that you can say it. Now make sure you have to have all of these parts. Il y a, a period of time, and que. Without those parts, these words change their meaning. Our next example is pendant. Now, pendant is most often translated to for or during, and you can use pendant to mean for in tenses other than the present. So you can use this in the past tense, you can use this in the future tenses. Okay? If you're using the present tense, you're using depuis, always. Okay? Pendant is referring to the entire duration of an action in the past or present with no relationship to the present. Oh, sorry, past or future with no relationship to the present. That is incorrect. Okay? So we're talking about the entire action. It was something that was done in the past or will have been done in the future. An example, je suis sortie avec lui pendant 6 mois. I went out with him for 6 months. This was finished. Okay? Finished action. If I'm talking about I have been going out with him, it's still happening, you would say je sors avec lui depuis 6 mois. Pendant plus a noun will also mean during. So pendant le film, prenez des notes. During the film, take notes. And then our last phrase is il y a. Il y a means there is or there are, but when we're talking about il y a plus an amount of time, it actually translates to ago. So it can be used with a reference of time to talk about something that happened in the past. It can't talk about the present or the future. So j'ai commencé l'école il y a 5 semaines. I started school 5 weeks ago. Il y a, again, is only used with the passé composé. The exception to that is if you are using il y a plus a period of time plus que, which is used to replace depuis. Okay, but il y a is really talking about an action that is completed and is in the past. Okay, that's it. Make sure that you have notes on all the usages of il y a, depuis, and pendant. Make sure that you've got the notes on which tenses that they are used with. Okay, bonne journée, à demain.